Hello everyone, we are here today for Summit Point Duel number 2 and race number 4 in the Racing League. As we're about to go green here shortly, and the green flag is out. We're racing here at Summit Point for the second time today. So you're on to turn the ball, and Wolfgang hopping with a good start. Last time he did not have a great start. Now he's in the race lead. Eric Heater right behind. Will he get a good run on the exit of the corner? There we go, my bad for the laps, but down the back straight was Heater. Oh, goes off. Whoa, Heater up and over the bumps as something must have happened there for Eric Heater as he falls back all the way down the second. Well, he wasn't third, but now he's down the second as that allows Wolfgang Hoffman to pull away. As Heater, Keplinger locks up, but he goes a little bit wide. Nothing to, but he does, oh, Aaron Brown around on the front bumper of Eric Heater as they're winding themselves. As Aaron Brown all the way back to ninth, he didn't lose too much time, but lap 1 completed here at Summit Point. Oh, Brendan Timon goes off. Josh Hughes in ninth as the order should be updating Eric Heater. About a second back from Wolfgang Hoffman as it's a downhill section down the back straightaway as the driver is mostly single file. Keplinger as Madigan clips the grass there on that little kink, on the left-hander kink down the back straightaway. As that's going to allow Eric Keplinger to maybe get a run, but here comes Kendrick Cryer to the right side of Eric Heater in the right-hander kink corner as they take another right-hander. And these drivers, one of the trickiest corners of the track as they kind of have to do a late apex. It's really tough as Joseph Madigan getting under attack from Kendrick Cryer. Brendan Timon, Eric Keplinger, right there, as they were side by side. Aaron Brown not too far behind. He's only about a few seconds behind, but it's going to be hard for him to catch up unless we have a caution. Like we said last race, Aaron gets a bit loose there. Caution's only going to be coming out if there's a big wreck. And so far, they're mostly clean. I think only Aaron Brown's the one to go off. As soon as we said that, Brendan Timon goes off. He saves it, but Aaron Brown got a huge run down the back straightaway. Will probably get by him. Oh, he takes a daring move and clips the bump, and Wolfgang Hoffman getting chased down from Eric Heater. This is the same top 3 we had before as Joseph Madigan defending his position from Kendrick Cryer. As Cryer had a good run last race, as Keplinger was one of the fastest drivers, but he kind of fell back in the qualifying. He was like the fastest driver by about 3/10 in practice, but Kendrick Cryer gets to the right side of Joseph Madigan, that tough right-hander, and gets by as Aaron Brown has, I think, reset it possibly. So Joseph Madigan is still looking on the outside. Kendrick Cryer gets a bit loose in that corner. I think side by side for Wolfgang Hoffman up ahead. No, they're not. As the battle continues behind for these drivers, as a big lockup from Wolfgang Hoffman or Eric Heater. I'm not sure who it was, but Heater goes wide. Michael to the right side. Oops, my bad. So as they are still battling behind for second, as there's some smoke in the back. Still side by side for this race up ahead, or race behind. As about 4-car battle for this 4th place position. Eric Keplinger up to 4th. He's been really fast at these road courses. Last time we went to a road course, or the second to last time, was at Charlotte road course short. He was one of the fastest drivers, but Michael Rosero looking to the right side of Eric Heater down the front straightaway. Wolfgang Hoffman in control of this race. He wasn't the fastest in practice, but he had a really, really good qualifying lap, and that's going to really help him as it's kind of hard to pass. And Michael gets a bit squirrely on the exit of turn 1. Kendrick Cryer in the pits for some reason, not sure 100% why. But Joseph Madigan up in 5th as Michael Rosero still side by side, gets a bit loose right here. That's allowing Wolfgang Hoffman to pull away to a big margin. These drivers battling behind as they're still side by side for the whole track, as they're 2 seconds behind Wolfgang Hoffman now, as they're still side by side through the yeses. And this is going to lose them a ton of time in a short race. Only 10 laps to go, and that's going to be tough to claw back even for Eric Heater and Michael Rosero, who are the 1-2 from last race. As it's not like Wolfgang Hoffman's really slow. He's pretty decently fast here at the Jefferson circuit, reverse. So Wolfgang Hoppen about 2-second lead over Eric Keeter. Michael Rosero blinks for a second there. Eric Keplinger still in fourth, pulling away from Joseph Madigan. Josh Drews in sixth. Kendrick Kyer still in the pit, so he's taking tires there. Spending time in, gonna pull himself up to seventh. I think Aaron Brown did disconnect because he's not showing up. So right there, that battle for Eric Keeter and Michael Rosero may have cost him the win. And it's going to be hard to catch Wolfgang Hoffman. Let's go on board Michael Rosero, who is behind Eric Keeter and Wolfgang Hoffman. As that's kind of a zoomed out view, so. So, while we were on board, Joseph Madigan, I think, crashed somehow. I'm not sure how. So I think this is the last turn. He gets a bit loose and spins it around. And he resets. So, as he goes around, Michael Rosero gets by Eric Keeter, as we're looking at that replay right there. And Wolfgang Hoffman has even extended his lead to about 2.5 seconds. It's going to be really tough, like I said, for these drivers to claw back anytime they can. They need Wolfgang to make a big mistake, and I don't think he will because he has a big margin, and I don't think he'll make a big mistake unless he is forced to. But right now, nowhere near him is Michael Rosero. So last time by, Michael was about a few tenths quicker than Wolfgang Hoffman. Kendrick Kyer still in the pits. Last time I checked, he was taking tires. I don't know why he's still in the pits, but he may have wrecked again. I'm not sure, but Eric Keplinger pulled away from Josh Hughes as Brendan Timon up to 6 as he's off the racetrack in turn number 1. We might have some lap traffic up ahead, I think. I don't know, I was hearing. It must be from the Echo. Well, not the Echo, but like the other cars coming down the other straightaway. But that time, last time, like this time, I guess, Michael was about 3 tenths quicker than Wolfgang Hoffman. And like I said, if Heater passes Michael right here, he will be, he'll gain some points. So I mean, if I was Heater, I'd maybe stay behind Michael for a few more laps. But if he knows they can't catch Wolfgang, I would just try to battle Michael and try to get as many points as I can coming into these final 2 races. Or no, not 2, 4 races. Especially with the Trace, I mean, championship battle doesn't really matter too much because we do have a Trace format this season. Actually, we have 1 race left in the Trace for this series. But Mike Rosero through the yeses. He's gained some time on Wolfgang Hoffman, and see if he gained. Actually, he gained a lot of time on that final corner right there, and that's gonna allow him to close the gap a little bit. Last time by, he was about 5 tenths quicker, so they are closing the gap pretty significantly. And if they keep up this pace, they will be able to catch him. But I think Wolfgang's just trying to take it easy here. Knows that he can't really afford any mistakes, and a mistake would cost him dearly. As Eric Keplinger 4th. No changes in the position at all as Kendrick Kyer still in the pit. Kendrick comes out, he could get up to 7th. And past Joseph Madigan, who wrecked there on the final corner. And through the yeses they go. Right now they lost time that lap right there. Let's see what they do on the final corner. It's actually less time. That Wolfgang Hoffman was a little bit faster last time by than these drivers. About 2 tenths quicker. And with 5 laps to go, I don't know if they're going to be able to catch him. It was looking pretty promising when they were gaining a lot of time, but unless they really gain time, like about 5 tenths per lap, I don't think they're going to be able to catch Wolfgang Hoffman. Let's go see what the view is from Wolfgang Hoffman in the gearbox. There you kind of see Michael Rosero behind him and Eric Keeler behind Michael. kind of hear the gearbox and the engine sounds as they go up through the gears and down the gears. There's tricky Jefferson reverse. Most of these drivers kind of said both of these tracks are pretty the same in the difficulty level, and some of them even said this one's a little bit more difficult. But I don't know, I feel like this one's a little bit more difficult than the normal Jefferson course. But I think that has to do with kind of them learning the Jefferson course and then having to do it opposite, and it kind of messes with them. And I guess I would say this one's harder when they only have about 20 minutes of practice per race. So right now, Michael Rosero basically kept the gap to Wolfgang Hoffman. So at this pace, Michael Rosero is not going to be able to catch Wolfgang Hoffman out front. And this would be, I think, Wolfgang Hoffman's 6th win of his Legends Racing League career. And Michael Rosero hops the curb. He gains a lot of time that time, about 4/10. Coming to 3 laps to go. If he keeps up this pace, he'll be able to catch Wolfgang. But I don't know if that was just like a bad corner for Wolfgang. Also, coming up to lap traffic, Brendan Timon. And right now, Brendan was about, as actually he went off that time, he was about 6 seconds slower than our leaders that last time by. Michael Rosero 2/10 quicker than Wolfgang Hoffman. So the race isn't 100% over yet, but like I said before, it's going to be tough for these drivers behind to catch up, as Heater even losing time to Michael Rosero. So Michael, if he wins this race, that would be a really good points day for him, as he wins back-to-back dual races and pulls away from the points lead from Eric Heater. And also he gets some chase playoff points in the chase format. I don't think Wolfgang Hoffman is going for a chase. I don't know if he's in the top 6 in the points, but he might be after this 2 really good runs. So as Michael Rosero off the final corner, down the front straightaway, he gained a little bit more time, but still 2/10 is not enough to get up to Wolfgang Hoffman, as Wolfgang Hoffman catching up to some lap traffic. Like Josh Hughes go off. That's the Mary person in last race, but the real name is Josh. As Brendan Timon, few seconds behind in front of Wolfgang Hoffman, as Michael Rosero closes the gap to 1.3 seconds. Will he have enough time as he gets really loose? You can see he's driving it very aggressively. Will he have enough time to get up to Wolfgang Hoffman? If the lap car plays a factor, I think he will. But if the lap car does get out of the way, I think it's going to be all Wolfgang, as long as he doesn't make a mistake passing the lap car. So coming to the white flag this time by, Michael gets a good run. Heater nowhere to be found behind him. So it's going to be a battle for the race lead, most likely, as that is the closest one on the racetrack. Lap car still ahead of Wolfgang Hoffman as he goes wide. That's going to compromise Wolfgang just a little bit, maybe, as they come down the back straightaway for the final time today. Within a second, Michael Rosero is as he is closing the gap even more. So if Wolfgang just makes a tiny mistake, Michael will be right there to pounce. And we heard these drivers before, they said they could probably use a bumper run here in the final corner, but right there, Wolfgang Hoffman goes a little bit wide maybe, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think, as coming off the few S's and then coming off the final corner, it's going to be Wolfgang Hoffman flag to flag here at Summit Point as he's coming down on the long straightaway. Michael Rosero going to be second, Eric Heater third, and there's Wolfgang Hoffman, your winner here today at Summit Point. Duel number 2 as Heater flying across, hits the wall. As Michael gets second, what a great point save for him. Same with Wolfgang. That might put him in the top 6, even though I don't think he raced at Martinsville. He did race at USA, I believe, and he got second that race. So right now, his consistency in these Legends series could be a championship. Actually, I know. Actually, he may have raced at Martinsville. I'm not exactly sure or remember, but this consistency in 3 of the 4 races have definitely shown he could be a favorite to maybe get a few good races in the chase format. And with this win, it's going to help him. He's going to have about a few more bonus points going into the chase than, for example, I think other drivers that haven't won. This is his first win of the season. as Marco Rosero giving him a little bit of a winner's tap as he goes in the pit lane. So here is his burnout on the front straightaway. As he goes through the grass, kind of hard to burn it down. It's kind of a narrow, I guess, kind of track. But there it is as Michael Rosero in the pits, watching Wolfgang Hoffman burn it down here at Summit Point. Duel number 2. And what a win it was. He led flag to flag in this race, and great performance by him. Started pole and finished first, led every lap, and I don't even think he had an incident point either. So what a great result for him, and we'll be talking to him after this short break. As we're back here at Summit Point, we're going to be interviewing our top 3 finishers. First going to be Wolfgang Hoffman, who rounded himself the winner in today's race with a dominating performance. Hello, Wolfgang. You got a copy?
Yes, I have a copy.
So you dominate this race, leading flag to flag, gain pole position, and I don't even think you got an incident point. But what was your thoughts going into this race?
I was disappointed for coming so close in the previous race to winning. I thought for sure I don't feel fast here. I think I'm not going to win. But when it came to the race in qualifying, I was able to pull out a really good lap in qualifying, and in the race, I was able to hold my lead into turn one. Keplinger made a really good, or not Keplinger, Heater made a really good start. Nearly got me, but I was able to hold him off, thankfully. He went off, I think, because he left the YouTube stream open and he had to close it, which definitely gave me a lead. I don't know if I would have won had it not been for that. But yeah, it was an interesting race for sure. I was feeling the pressure, and it was scary. It was very scary being out front, especially because I'm very desperate for a win this season, especially to get into the playoffs. So yeah, I was just trying to keep it consistent, and kept an eye on the gap behind me, and focusing really hard. And at the end, Brendan went wide. I went through, and that cost me a bit of time because I had to get on the throttle later. And Michael was catching me. If they didn't battle back there, they may have been able to they may have been able to catch me before the end of the race there. But I'm so happy to bring home my 6th win in LRL. Like lit every lap. It's gonna be good for my championship, good for my chase.
Yeah, and overall, you had a really good points there with the first place and the third. Any other comments about the overall night?
I think it was a success. Basically just as many people, if not more, showed up for the second race, which is usually not the case when it comes to sim racing double headers. Um, Successful night. I think the racing was pretty fun. The first race had an amazing finish. I don't know how the racing was in the second race, to be honest, but so I'm not going to comment on that. But I think it was a success. I think it was a big success. It's kind of weird to think that the regular season's almost over, considering we're only 3 weeks into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you are in the points after this race, but uh, should be a good points night for you. Anyone you think for tonight's one?
Shadow Racing, they're great guys, good team. They've been so successful in LRL, and it's an honor to add to their success. And also to my parents for buying me the sim race, or not buying me the sim racing gear, but for giving me the opportunity to get this sim racing gear. I really appreciate it. Thank you to them.
Yep, and congrats on your win tonight.
Thank you.
So that is going to be your race winner, as we're going to be bringing in Michael Rosero, who got second by about 1 second. So we'll bring him in right now. Okay, let me, there we go. Hello, Michael, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you found yourself in the second place position. You were closing and looking, those final few laps. You started fourth again. What do you think you could have done differently to maybe have a better chance at the win there?
I think I should have probably sent. I kind of like I was so on the final lap. What I was going through in my head. I was trying to brake a little bit later than all the other corners, and I just messed one of them up. So that's kind of screwed up the win for me. And I was starting to catch Wolfgang. I probably, if I didn't screw up that corner, I think I would have probably at least put the bumper to him. I don't know. But I just needed 3 more laps, and I think I would have gotten him. But that was a good race. Congrats to Wolfgang on the win. And yeah, I'll take P2.
So with this good performance here, you got first. What place did you get in Martinsville? It was
I think I got 7th.
yeah. So you had a bad finish there, but
Yeah.
you and Wolfgang had really good races in USA, and these 2 dual races. How you gonna carry this momentum into the last race of the season and then the chase races?
Well, I guess stay consistent and maybe get another win. I'm guessing best race I could probably get after other than the road courses in Martinsville and USA's. I'm guessing Southern National and maybe Langley. South Boston maybe. Lanier definitely not because I got like a top 14 last season.
Yep, and anyone you would thank for tonight's second place finish?
I want to thank the drivers, Wolfgang, Hoffman, and Eric here. That was some good racing. And the broadcast booth, you, and that was a fun race.
Yep, and thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow for the truck series.
Yep, see ya.
That was Michael Rosero being in our third place driver, Eric Heater. Seems like he had an interesting story to tell when he went off there. We saw that at the beginning. He kind of went off. So we'll bring him in right here. And there we go. Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So we saw in those back straightaway, you kind of went off and hopped over some bumps there in the grass. We heard that something happened like in the background, or what happened there?
Yeah, I was pretty mad about that. I just after my interview, I basically just left your broadcast open. So as we go green and I get a good start, all I just hear is "We're racing here at," you know. So I was just trying to get that close because it was pretty distracting, and fortunately my screen went black for a second, so I had no idea where I was going. So I just got in the grass. Luckily, I didn't lose any positions. Somehow I was able to cross over Keplinger, and then Michael was right there. And I felt like my pace was pretty good. I just made some mistakes, and that let Michael stay on my bumper. And I feel like if he wasn't on my bumper there and we didn't battle, I feel like one of us could have caught him if we got around each other quicker. But I don't know. But it was just a good win by Wolfgang there. So he led every lap, I'm pretty sure. So that was a great win by him. I know he hasn't won in a while, so I'm sure he's really happy about that.
So anyone you had to thank for tonight's third place run?
Yeah, just everyone who came out basically. And you for broadcasting and being in my background, making me go through the grass and all that. So yeah.
Yep, no problem. So we'll see you tomorrow. We're at Homestead for the trucks, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say relating to the chase. Basically, until Langley, we're basically just going to be holding on. So hopefully we can get some good stage points and all that. I don't think I'll be able to get the regular season champ against Michael here because South Boston's not exactly my best track. But we'll see what we can do.
Yep. So we'll see you tomorrow in the truck series.
Yep.
That was Eric here rounding out the top 3. So we'll take a quick rundown of our order for today's race. So here we go. Wolfgang Hoppen obviously winner for tonight. Michael Rosario gonna be second. Eric Heater third. Eric Keplinger fourth after a great practice run lap there, but he just couldn't pull it together. I think he made some contact there in the back. Josh Hughes in fifth. Brendan Timon sixth. Joseph Madigan seventh. Kendrick Cryer eighth. And Aaron Brown the ninth, rounding out the field. So overall, that was a pretty fun 2 races right there. The second one wasn't the best race, but we saw some pretty good battles on the first opening laps. And it was Wolfgang Hoppen who took it home for the win. That should shake up the point standings quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes into South Boston next week for the regular season finale. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, like I said, for the trucks. Homestead trucks, I believe, 75 laps there, if I am correct. And yep, I am. So we'll see you guys there for race number 3 in the